The A3G Initiative, which is the annual Amputee Archery Grant Initiative, which has been shortened to the A3G Initiative, and in some arenas, or some people just simply state it as the A3G. We're 3 years old. Going into our third year, we've grown and changed every year, and every year it's changed for the better. And in this third year, we were approached by GAS Bowstrings to add a new event to where the per request of the A3 or of GAS was to have the A3G ship the bow and all the accessories to the GAS Bowstring facility in Clay City, Kentucky, and then to send the recipient for 2024 to GAS for 1.5 to 2 days. They were going to build the bow with the person on site and then provide one-on-one coaching for that individual. Their idea was to really start the journey for our recipient into archery, which is really where we wanted to be in the beginning, but we were tying everything to the archery equipment and hunting. This year, that top recipient was Dustin Pruett.
Okay. So my name is Dustin Pruett. I'm 24 years old. I'm from a small town, Marshall, Indiana. I'm a bilateral below knee amputee. So I'm missing both of my legs below the knee, and then I'm also missing a finger on my right hand. I was born that way as well. On the way down here, there was a lot of nervousness. Of course, I was nervous. New people I haven't met. I was nervous about the drive because I was about 4.5 hours. But on the way down, I was really thinking to myself, I was asking myself, is this going to happen? I was having a hard time believing that it could happen.
From that phone call in April until literally him arriving in Kentucky, I was calling him on the phone or texting him to see how his drive was. Through that entire time, there was excitement. He was 100% elated that he had been selected and realizing some of the opportunities that he was going to have, the GAS event and the hunting event. And he started receiving some of the donated items that he was obtaining through this grant. But there was still the apprehension and anxiety because of his prior negative experience with archery, because of some failed opportunities that he had experienced in life for events, opportunities, careers that he wanted. And I don't think that he truly wanted to, well, nobody wants to experience failure, but I think that Dustin may have been at that point to where if he showed up for the A3G GAS event and it failed, what impact that was going to have on him. And it may have been drastic. When he arrived and was interacting with the board members, especially the night before the event, the anxiety was, you could feel it. It was there.
I was really interested in the archery. However, over the course of my life, I've had challenges and I've overcame them, or I didn't and I moved on. And archery at one point was something that I ended up not overcoming, and it was one of those things that was put in the back of my mind where I just didn't think I could do it because it didn't work the first time, so why would it work again? When I got here and actually started shaking hands with people, it boosted my confidence a lot more to realize that I think it'll happen. It wasn't, I'm not sure, I actually am starting to think it will. And that leads to this morning. I've seen bows being built, but not on this scale, not break it down and put it together. So seeing it done today, but also being a part of it and being able to ask the questions about why you're doing a certain motion or why you're putting that on there, it makes the bow more personal. So every shot today, I knew that I had a part in making sure that I was shooting that way, but I also knew that it was done right because I was able to watch and do it.
So we took him to GAS, and he met the GAS team, and through his anxiety and apprehension, he helped build his bow, and he stepped up to the 10-yard line, and he fired his first shot out of a compound vertical bow, standing on 2 metal legs with 4 fingers on his draw hand, and he sent an arrow down range. And there was a number of people in that shooting range that Wednesday morning. And after the shot went off, the excitement and the satisfaction and the smile on his face was life-changing for every single person in that room. And I asked him, how did that feel? And he looked at me, and his exact words were,
"There you go." Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And again, I practice.
that wasn't the end of it. So that shot went dead center on the target. So we sent a couple more downrange, and he was grouping arrows at 10 yards. We moved him out to 20, put up a fresh target. The very first arrow that Dustin sent down range at 20 yards was an inside out dead center. So we pulled that target. We put some cool well, when I say cool stickers, meaning stickers from major contributors from the bow build, and we all signed it. And Eric Griggs, the founder and owner of GAS Bowstrings, framed it on site, and we sent him home with that target. It was amazing. And Dustin sat at the 20-yard line and grouped arrows all day. We moved him out to 30, and he grouped arrows at 30 yards. And for somebody that had never shot a compound bow before, he probably put 150 arrows downrange that day, and he just consistently grouped arrows.
It's hard not to for it to not almost bring a tear to your eye to see what I witnessed here an hour ago with Dustin. It was nothing short of amazing. The look on his face when he fired his first arrow and realized that he could do it, and fast forward to just a little bit later, and we fired the first arrow at 20 yards that land, pretty much smack dab in the middle of the bullseye. Priceless stuff that I mean, it's pretty phenomenal.
I was apprehensive at the release for my hand because of grip strength. I decided to, of course, I had to go for it. I was like, might as well. And I did the squeeze of the release, and the arrow flew. And a weight got lifted off my shoulders. It was that realization of, I just did this. I didn't realize how deep the thought of this was not something I could do had gone, because I had put it to rest. Like, it was in the back of my mind. I never thought about it. And then now it's up here. So today, this week has pulled it out, but it kicked it to the curb. That first arrow, when it released, it just hit, like, I had this thought in my head, it's game on.
You could hear a pin drop in that entire facility. It's like everybody, when that bow went off and that arrow hit that target, it was like the entire shop went silent. And you could just see the look on his face of satisfaction and happiness, and all the weight fell off of his shoulder. He was beaming. There was just a glow to his face, and I'm looking forward to the video footage to come out of that exact moment. It was life-changing. It touched every single person that was standing in that range yesterday morning. It touched every single one of us, maybe individually in different ways, but I promise you, it impacted every single person. And from that moment on, you could see the confidence level in that young man change and move in a different direction. And it just moved in that north needle all day long.
The feeling after I squeezed off that 20-yard shot was complete disbelief. I wasn't expecting to hit dead on so quickly. So that was the second wake-up call of the day to realize that I'm on to something. But what I'm going to take away the most is the fact that I now know I can, so I'm hoping to and will apply this to other challenges that I face, and hope to overcome those just the same as we did this, and take it one step at a time, as we've been saying all day. That's something that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life. It's hard to get rid of that kind of advice.
There's a major difference between putting a bow in somebody's hand for the first time and allowing them to shoot for a few months and then taking them out and hosting them on a deer hunt and filling a tag, versus putting that same bow in that person's hand and taking them to the GAS facility and letting them be a part of building that bow, letting them shoot for the first time in a controlled environment with world-class archers, and truly starting their archery journey, and truly understanding that sending that one first arrow downrange can change the direction of their life and 100% improve their mental and physical quality of life. That one single arrow. We are now not just putting the bow in that hand and filling that deer tag and making a dream come true. We are now making an archer, not just memories. That's what the A3G is about. That is what the A3G initiative is doing. I want people to overcome obstacles through archery. I want them to challenge themselves. I want them to know and understand that they can do things beyond their disability. It's more of a capability. And again, we're in our third year. We're growing. We're getting bigger. We're getting stronger. We're developing a family. And we are 100% looking forward to the future. That's what the A3G is. Powerful. I used that word a lot last year in 2023. Powerful. And I will say that if I had to describe the A3G and what we do in one word, 100%. Powerful. We are overcoming obstacles through archery.
I am truly grateful for those that have donated to the initiative to even allow this to happen for me. I'm truly grateful for all of that, because if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't be possible. I would 100%, I don't think there's a larger percentage that I can give to recommend the initiative at all. I'm in constant contact with them. I'm messaging, I get messages every day. I made new friends down here, and I know they're going to message me, and I know I'm going to message them. So it's not you get the bow and shoot. It's you get the bow and you learn to shoot, and you become a part of the community. They don't leave you behind afterwards. As for the next person coming in, don't be afraid to come in with those fears that I had. Bring them, but don't be afraid to talk about them. That's my ultimate advice, is make sure you talk with them about them, and they will address it with you, and they will walk with you side by side. Once you get that feeling that you can do something, it's going to be hard to stop you.